Aduh, putri siapa ini nih, Mas?
Hah?
Putri siapa ini?
Apa ya putri siapa?
Itu WA-mu.
Anjing, anjing, anjing. Display capture ya, babi. Entot, entot.
Aku tengok siapa
Nimas,
ini
Nimas,
gitu.
Nimas, Nimas,
Iya, dia polos banget buka WA.
Nimas, Nimas.
Untung koleksi itu yang nggak kelihatan kan.
Haho-haho aja Nimas nih.
Oh, udah kita hapus dulu ya, babi mak. Ya
Cek,
kira-kira
cek,
bagi
cek, cek, cek,
entot,
cek.
entot.
Set,
Beneficial.
Yan.
Ayap. Oke.
Tudu. Gaskan everybody. Meledak. 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 Belum rame guys. Masih pada siap-siap kali guys ya. Mas siapa?
Nggak tahu mas siapa. Emang cewekmu siapa?
Megaho nggak tuh ngetiknya, cok. Tuh ya sama kamu lah.
Parah emang.
Sabar, cok, ini ngetik satu nge-whisper.
Orang aku kayak
Bebas put, pakai apa aja put, kan polos. OSG nggak boleh.
nggak apa juga tuh.
Sekarang tak matiin. Tenang. Putra kalau udah pakai SC, wih. L keras lewat. Anjing si Ian nyari temen, cok. Bangke emang.
Apa cowok? Aku cuma ngomong parah. Orang kayak ngomong. Aku bener ngomong. Ada bis Minecraft lah bis.
Musuhnya nggak ready, cok. Oh.
Alhamdulillah.
Ну, все равно надо уже пиздовать, зону занимать.
А тут еще одна так.
Mana nih coy? DM. Kok muncul? Kok di sini gak ada coy? Bro Ray, thank you udah mampir Brody. Salken juga Brody. Suaraku ada nggak delay kan? Nggak ya harusnya. Yang harus akankah kita CN lagi guys malam ini guys? Pengen CN apa tapi aku belum ada ide guys. Yan, Rian, lalu. Wow, rame guys. Ya, ke bawah full. Cek. Yan. Rian. Ini apa yang nggak ada suara tapi gimana sih cuy? Masih sepi berarti. Spot 9 nggak sampai full dong. Halo Brodiku. Thank you udah mampir balik Brodi. Semangat live-nya guys ya. Masih di AF nih guys. Nunggu orang-orang belum pada launching. Masih pada AFK dong. Belum dirubah. Halo, Brodiku yang tempur. Thank you udah mampir. Semangat juga live-nya, guys. Jangan mati lampu dong. Udah guru-guru guys. Geluduk. Halo, Bang Ubay. Lagi live juga kah? Udah mampir guys. Biasanya lagi live juga. Wah, ada rame dong. Kita absen dulu guys. Kita
Spike planted.
mampir guys.
Ini 88 nih. Cuy,
Alah,
cuy.
aneh.
Join
Join
PC.
siapa?
Join PC.
Dom berapa?
17.
Males join dah, banyak banget yang GB.
Iya.
Sakit hati gua.
Iya. Ini yang tadi.
Iya,
Yang tadi
apa
lah.
duluan, dong? Gas lagi lah. Apa?
Ini VL sebenarnya 88. Dia nggak mau ngelawan, orang masih nyari tuh tadi 8.
Kena mental kan, Mas.
Oke. Gue jemput aja, Jo.
Aman.
Kita like dulu guys ya, karena like itu gratis.
Kenapa emang ini?
Double kill.
Gak usah ngincer pala, Cok. Gak usah gituan, Cok. Topik bisnis, gak usah ngincer pala.
Ini apa nih? Anjir, kaget cok. Gede kali cuy suaranya cuy. Bang Ubay belum live kah? Kalau nge-sub dari subscriber kok sering nggak muncul guys. Absen like dulu guys.
Mas Sopan kembali.
Modal sabun.
Wah, 12 jing. Deket.
Di mid up.
Udah. Anjay.
Bet has nothing on me. I got her.
Anjay. Subscribe dulu, guys.
Ish. Sakit banget itu full case dia coy.
Halo Bang Arif. Anjay. Thank you udah mampir. Lagi live juga kah?
Apa kabar dunia bila hatiku tercuri? Ya. Apa? Kenapa? Belum. Ntar apa sih emang tutup nih?
Siap, kirain lagi live juga. Thank you Bang ya. Semoga sehat selalu dan dilancarkan hari-harinya ya. Thank you guys yang udah like, udah subscribe guys ya. Siap Bang Arif. Ini lagi keliling-keliling.
Ada, aduh, Asurisat.
Anjir, kasihkan cuy denger lagu. Gak sadar copyright. Mana ini orang-orang Bebas rame. Lagi keluar juga nih si habis. Kita lihat dulu guys. Berapa. Kalau mod. Nah lu. Wah. Lah ini kenapa krum? Bisi ya.
Lah kok apa ganti?
JP mati 2.
Ditanya kenapa apa katanya.
Help JP. Ini arena enggak gua sendiri. Enggak bisa dong. Kita ini anjing. Aduh JP. Bokong gua kaget gua lagi.
Arena ya. Arena
Masih JP jauh. JP
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8. Siap, NC enggak tuh? Ntar ya kita cari lagi guys. DSNC ada rasanya guys. Ina, maupun ARK, ERD, BRS, Pixel, Galaxy. Siap. Marin. Semangat bang. Gasken terus. Yang penting, aduh hujan dong. Gila kali hujan deras. Jangan mati lampu ya. Soalnya di sini parah guys. Hujan dikit, guluduk-guluduk, mati lampu. Mana deras sekali hujan. Biasa nggak kedengaran loh suara hujan. Ini sampai kedengar. Turne stumble nggak tuh? Bisa-bisanya ada turne stumble.
Siapa kan DaNeX?
Apa Yan?
Siapa?
Ini masih AFK aku.
Oh,
Masih sepi. Kau aku panggil-panggil dari tadi. Lagi PCS pasti kayak.
aku dengan ini. Aku baru pindah ke pucuk. Aku dari tadi main di warnet. Tadi ku AFK kau.
Sama Cahyo kau?
Cahyo jam 9 jam 10-an kak Unyu datang. Aku sama Juan
Jam
sebelahan.
9 jam 10 ini udah jam 9.
Nama aku tadi nyengok ada Juan duluan. Juan ke pucuk pasti kan. Ngelok pucuk kan. Sebelahan sama Juan aku.
Palembang Prabu kau? Iya Palembang apa Prabu?
Palembang main di mana lagi ya?
Aduh. Prabu hujan deras. Aku was-was aku mati lampu. Tahu dewek kan?
Ya.
Pembangkit takut hujan. Pembangkit takut hujan, guys.
Rokok lu.
Andaikan kau datang kembali, jawaban apa yang akan ku beri? Adakah cara yang kau temui? Sebat. Wah, sebat habis guys. Coy. AFK dulu guys kita guys.
aja lihat.
Katanya mau lihat warnetnya rame apa enggak. Bocor lihat gua kan.
Iya.
Gua angkat dulu kan. Kameranya mana? Ini kamera mana?
Gak tahu, gua kamera belakang bro.
Apa kita live Mobile Legends aja guys?
Itu kayak lah, kayak Bin lah, Bin plus IPH tuh.
Coy.
Just a bit. Clay has stolen a wild charge. Gonna be poked down and slowed down. The barrier as well, forcing the flicker out from Clay. He has the wild charge. Now the purple buff gonna be stolen away most likely by the likes of Geek Slate. But Albert has saved that retribution for the purple.
All right, now RQ, despite losing that turtle towards Geek Slate, they are still sitting at a slight gold lead. And this was my concern here in the early game. Well, maybe throughout the entirety of the game. Which hero in the hands of Geek Slate has the CC to prevent Albert from snowballing from this early game?
Oh, I feel like only the wall charge, right? Very clear. Also, perhaps the petrify, but it's not really a sure thing indeed. But that wall charge with that 1.8-second stun, it can somehow break the momentum of Albert.
Right now, Chidera gonna be able to clear a lot faster, but Albert and Vin come back down here to put more pressure onto him. Remember, Chidera already sitting at a 0-1-0, already punished. Meanwhile, Skylar with 2 assists. But Jana.
Wild charge on to Vin. The petrify gonna be used as well. And that's Jana with the power of nature securing Geek Slate's 3rd kill. Good Renner, his apathy over to Skylar right now in the top side. We do see Luke versus Banana here. A boy gonna be able to flicker out of range. And RRQ will be able to push the tempo. Clay now looking for some damage with a wild charge, finds the kill, but he's going to be caught under both Tier 1 and Tier 2. The barrier is going to be placed down, and Clay will be pinched down by the likes of Johnny. But Clay is able to dash away.
I thought he was just waiting there, knowing his fate, but he's actually able to outplay the situation. And RRQ, another pickup on the board in that mid side, taking Beloyski down. They're now standing at a 1,500 gold lead as they make their way to the next neutral objective, which is that turtle.
Well played by Geek Slate, but even better by RRQ as Banana looks for more. Now the stun onto Jana. That vengeance is not going to be able to get the reset. The final slash going to be cancelled away by the power of nature. That's going to be the wild charge and the RWM combo together. Banana going to fall most likely to the passive, but will be able to flicker out to safety. Malloy now caught in the midst of it all. The power of wildness silences him as Jana looks for the retribution, but it's Albert who picks it up. Now with Finn picking up a double. Luke will be caught all alone, and RRQ finds a 4-0.
Oh, they wasted a lot of resources on towards Banana, who he survived, right? So he didn't even die in that sense. Petrify was used, RWM was used, and after that RQ, they were cleaning house. Let's see here, Gadera again pressure 3v1 bot side, 3v2.
Albert lagi on fire, guys.
5v1 in terms of talents prediction. Everyone opted for RRQ other than Kabe, who thinks Geek has a chance, but in the top side.
Mati dong. Ah, kan?
You thought the shadow kill wasn't enough. He has the quad shadow.
God, again, deadly mechanics there displayed. An RRQ 5 minutes and 3,500 goal lead here. And it's not looking good here for the side of the Geeks. Jana again now pressured in his own jungle. Vin, very very annoying here. Collected himself a 3-2-2, and the structure bot side will not fall yet, but Floyd moves in.
Beautiful rough waves right there as Clay is forced to use the wild charge defensively. Finn going to be caught by a bit right now as the utility does connect. Just a little bit of slows, but Finn will be able to win out in this trade, getting some more damage onto Jana, who's forced back into the mid lane. Aloy, no petrify, uses the Breath of the Ocean and the Oddity to get out as the boy is still in the bottom side, just trying to relieve off some pressure for his gold laner. Aloy with the conceal once again. Skylar going to be knocked up, but pops the go away in time. Jana has the wild charge, but Banana will be able to disengage. Now it's going to be the real world manipulation and the petrify combo together. Banana taken down.
Mati.
In the bottom side, River has been, will be chased now. It's going to be Beloy who's going to be caught.
Albert.
Now, but Albert finds the Mega. Now, with the Melfic Roar, will be able to dish out more damage to the frontliners.
4,400 gold lead already. 4 pickoffs on the board for RRQ as they continue to put the pressure onto the bottom side. Chidera is going to
Meninggoy.
being picked up here by Clay, and this is the issue. Geek Slate, in the long run, they rely heavily onto the damage from Chidera, and the fact that he's been shut down 2 times already, a level below Skylar, and I'm pretty sure items behind Skylar as well here in the early game. It's very difficult to see Geek Slate coming back from this, especially with the Hilda pickup, who was built for the rush and the pressure to the back line, and looking specifically for Chidera.
Very tough indeed here already.
Jelas.
Top and the bottom structure, outer turret has been taken down, which means RRQ.
Ini aku nungguin dari tadi, udah 5 watt mataku anjir.
On his way towards BOD perhaps here from Fire Busa, knowing that he is already 3,000 almost ahead if you compare it to the Grok. So Hunter Strike, Malefic, and BOD is going to be nasty. Jana though, caught almost there. Again, RQ displaying a very dominant fashion, very dominant gameplay. They look for the mid here. Will Geek be able to defend this one? Seems like for now they will. Again, from the side of Geek Slate, they're playing rather passively and for a reason now, right? They're very behind. It's very tough for them to find the right fights, and props to Albert, right? Finding the right quad shadows, finding the right kills, and this is it.
Everything used, literally to shut Finn down. It's a shutdown though, so it is not bad at all for Geek Slate using those resources.
It's going to be very interesting again seeing the RQ's rotation here. Finn with the shutdown doesn't seem like it shake RQ's momentum, maintaining pressure here. Still 20 seconds on the first Lord, and now it seems like still Skylar just free farming up to this point.
Yeah, no response yet for Geek Slate by Geek Slate onto RRQ, and things are going to collide as both of these teams want to set up for the next neutral objective, which is the first Lord.
It's going to be again a very tough for Geek Slate to contest here. It seems like if they really want to contest, the time is now. Let's see, your top side is at an equilibrium. So again, they might go for a fight here, but they're not sure where the Hayabusa is. But there you go, the concealed blade. Will it connect?
Good read by RRQ right now. Banana also using the final slash just to try to spot anyone who's in that bush. Fortunately for him, no one was there, and Geek Slate just burnt out a pretty poor resource. Banana, though, going to be able to dash in right there, dodging away from the Breath of the Ocean and the Petrify. Will be caught instead. Now it's going to be Chidera flickering out to safety. Clay going to be gunned down, and that's the shutdown for Chidera. But in the back line, it's still going to be Albert dishing out some damage. Beloy going to be able to escape right there as Luke finds a kill onto Skylar. Now with the Furious Dive, knocking Finn up. Jana's right there with Power of Nature, and Finn will surely fall. Jana picks up a double. That's going to be the Shadow Kill entirely used up on Jana. Look at Beloy, waiting for a chance to pounce, but it's a massive trade for Geek Slate.
Wow, a 4-for-1 trade as the early game lead that RRQ have built. 6,000 gold lead shrunk by half as Geek Slate, they're going to be able to secure the next neutral objective. But look at this, Albert already clearing in that mid side, and the top wave is pushing for RRQ, and it seems like RRQ looking for another re-engage.
Final splash goes in, but it's going to be Jana who secures the Lord for Geek Slate. Jana with wild charge defensively gets out. Wow, what an escape and what a play.
Wow, that was a very, very good timing there. And RRQ, they lost that earlier fight. Why? Banana came in too early in that previous Lord fight, and it got punished, right? Without Banana, it's a 5v4, and after that, RRQ settled lost 4 members. Now with this Lord push, Geek Slate, they might be able to neutralize the gold lead.
Bocor lagi nih, rame wong dia.
So let's see here the manipulation bot side.
Cahyo udah di jalan ini.
Iya.
Two ways now, so the bottom inner turret might be an juicy target in Geek Slate. They're going to go with the Lord here. So again, RQ, they lost this fight. Geek Slate, they're gonna equalize here.
RQ needs to be very careful, right? Because Chidera also just picked up
Gila, turun bener.
on top of the BOD that he already built. The damage needs to be respected here as the boy opens up.
Oh, the go away is going to be placed down. He's going to be able to dash away, but Chidera guns him down. That's the gold laner down for RRQ. Clay has used a lot of the resources now. That's going to be Albert jumping in with a shadow kill onto a boy. He's still going to be able to flicker out. But
Albert
gila sih. The reset come through, and Chidera will fall to the likes of Vin. Now it's going to be Luke versus the world. Wild Chard knocking him up, and it's going to be Luke 1v4 with a petrify. Plays the 4-man furious dive, but it's Clay who takes him down. A 4 for 2 in the end.
In favor of RRQ, and Banana redeems himself. That wouldn't have been possible without the flicker final slash that he attempted onto the members of Geek Slate, and they were able to extract the most out of it. 4 members taken down here. RRQ already pushing in that mid lane turret. Remember, Jana QT and the rest of the members, they just spawned. They're sure in going to be able to get that objective in the board.
So unfortunate, right? Geek Slate, they were trying to claim control, but they overstayed in that top side. Again, a very good re-engage by Albert there with that quad shadow looking for a boy. And you're right, it's a good follow-up as well from Banana to just secure that kill and also secure that team fight, which again just breaks the momentum from the side of Geek Slate. Take a look at the players' goal here. Still, top 3, it's still 2 RQ members here, being Albert and Skylar. But Kadera, he's not far behind here, so he needs to be careful. Oh my god, the insta burst!
What was that? Beloy one-shotted.
That's so much damage. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Is Beloyski building full damage?
Yeah, I mean, on a Kadita, of course he will, but yeah, I feel like the burst damage, the physical burst was just evident, right? The Hunter Strike, the penetration item, again built by Albert. Malefic War, also BOD, I believe, has been secured, so physical burst damage there. Oh, take a look that side.
Good pick off right there. The roamer for the roamer right now. Beloy's gonna be able to respawn. That's Geek Slate with a man's advantage now. Clay stealing away with the wild charge. A boy gonna be caught. Has a flicker to get out. Doesn't have the RWM to play with just now, but it's gonna be Chidera who's gonna be able to cover for his mid laner. RRQ resetting. Geek Slate with a man advantage. They're looking for more control as they clear out the mid lane.
It's gonna be again a very interesting matchup indeed here as Geek Slate, they managed to respond with Beloy's death earlier, right? Been insta-bursted as well, and now Beloyski with the flicker.
Good flicker by Banana right there. That's going to be still Jana who's going to be melted down right now as Banana jumps in with the wild charge connection. That's going to be the petrify and everything used. Skyland with nature and the go away. Not going to be able to survive, but it's going to be Albert who secures the retribution. Geek Slate have won the team fight, but they've lost the Lord.
Switcheroo situation happening here as RRQ. They are going to be able to secure the neutral objective, but lose a team fight. A little bit similar, but a lot of resources wasted on to Vin here. As Albert, it seems like he's looking for another engage perhaps here.
Vin here waiting for the right timing, but with just the they're lacking in manpower to give pressure first out of Geek Slate. So Geek Slate with 4 members in play, they will take care of the Lord there in that mid side. Top side though is still pushing, and of course Geek Slate, they need to somehow exploit this fag. Albert is busy invading the jungles of Jana, so that's also still a win. Let's take a look at the replay here, what really happened in that Lord fight. Let's see, Jana baited most of the resources with that clutch wall charge and the follow-up. He is able to survive for a little bit more time, but it gives Albert there looking for the right objective, claiming that Lord, finding the compensation. And again, Geek Slate, very in sync and coordinated fight there. Albert is still untouched though. Take a look at the items, right? Heptases also, and take a look at Maloisky.
Oh, that's enough damage though. Skylar has been taken low. Now it's gonna be the dive. The real world manipulation takes Skylar down. Beautifully placed by a boy, set up by Beloy.
2-for-0 trade for Geek Slate now, and being able to take down Skylar, I would say that is very worth it here. Remember, RRQ had almost a 3,000 gold lead before that actually happened, and it's been shrunk to a 1,600 gold lead. Geek Slate with more map control as well. They're not pushing the top lane though, only the mid and the bottom lane. Let's see what they can do with this.
The Render's Apathy not going to be able to connect right now, but that's going to be Jadera engaged on. Has it with a nature, pops it just defensively here. Albert going to be locked down, and that's Jana with a wild charge. Luke now in the midst of it all jumps in with a Petrify to take Albert down for the first time in this game. Luke's still able to survive as Clay jumps in for some damage, but won't be able to find it. Now with the Flicker and the Terrify finds Luke, but that's going to be a boy who gets caught as well. Base turret traded in for 2 members of Geek Slate.
Oh, slight overstay there from side of Geek Slate. Sure, they got Albert. They should have just go out and fall back. What they did was they stuck around there a little bit, and which Skylar was able to somehow give damage from that backside. Take a look at item here. Wind of Nature also for Skylar, full items as well here, plus the Hot Claws. So it gives extra survivability for that goal laner, but and another engage.
Bennett's Rage, Wild Charge, Rough Waves.
Wow.
3 ultimates and Vin survives.
Wow, that's a lot, and that's right before the next Lord spawns. That's going to be information for RRQ to utilize in their next upcoming collision against Geek Slate here, as Albert picks up another item. Is that going to be important, Bunny, in the next upcoming fight?
Very important, right? Let's see here, Clay, and as well as the boy here. You can see both mid laners very good in facilitating his team as the anchor. 10 assists and 14 assists for a boy. For Clay earlier 10, right? So very important role again. And let's see here, in this Lord Dance, it's going to be very crazy. Early on, it was, I feel like, RRQ who got the better luck, right? Losing 3 members, but getting the Lord. Will it be the same this time? Let's see here. Still RRQ though with the 2,000 gold lead. Will they be able to capitalize on that partner here as Geek Slate? They're slowly but surely here trying to play it rather safely. Take a look at the rotation from Kadita here. Perhaps looking for a flank.
They're looking for a flank, but they are also trying to manipulate those side lanes, right? They want to be able to push that a little bit more to prevent from RRQ from pushing the pedal or pulling the trigger. You can see there in the bottom side, Geek Slate already being able to utilize those waves to push, and it should push naturally because of RRQ's lack of inhibitor turret as well. So RRQ, they have a little bit more homework to deal with before they go in for the setup. You can see here the Melissa goes back to clear that wave. Once that information pops up, Geek Slate, they're definitely going to pull the trigger.
Jana has bought the immortality. Now the Wild Charge going to be able to connect right now. That's going to be the Rammer's Apathy from the back by Chidera. Vin going to be gunned down as Chidera flickers forward. Banana caught by Luke, and Geek Slate have found a 2-for-0. Luke in the midst of it all right now, but that's going to be the backup from Geek Slate to help him out. Beloy with a beautiful read, forcing Albert out with a quad shadow. A free Lord conceded over to Geek Slate.
The best extraction there for Geek Slate. No members taken down at all. 2 members on the side of RRQ, and they also have the Lord on the way. They need to be very careful about this take, because last time they went in for the siege, they ended up staying and over-committing and instead giving the momentum back onto RRQ.
Very important to note was once Melissa shows in the map, Geek Slate, they were able to pull the trigger and fight 5v4, causing RRQ to lose 2 members. Let's see though, with the slow push, are they able to defend?
Final slash, but only to get Wild charged up. Banana going to be able to use the resets right now. But in the back line, you do see Albert jumping into the quad shadow. Luke doing the same thing as Beloy will be slain by Vin. Black Dragon form going to be popped in, and Vin will be gunned down once again, melted by the late game Beatrix. Albert with the shadow kill, the base wide open, and Geek Slate will be able to come back to secure game number 1.
GG, Geek Slate leading this best of 3 series. Very clean performance by Geek.
Very subtle, but very lethal indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, RRQ for the first 90 minutes, they were ahead. They were pressuring. They were the ones who, yeah, they were invading the jungles, but slowly but surely it was actually Geek Slates here, forcing RRQ to make mistakes. And in that last Lord fight, it was clear that Skylar had to recall to clear the bot side. But once he showed in the map, the Black Dragon form, the Kadira, the concealed play just comes in and pulls through. RRQ losing 2 members there, getting the Lord as well for the side of Geek Slate. And they were able to close and strike first in this full best of 3 series.
Yeah, losing that inhibitor turret in the bottom side sealed the fate, right, for RRQ there. They need to pay more attention, not just on the team fights or the objectives, but also those side lanes, right? They need to be able to set up a little bit better. I felt like that was lacking from RRQ there in game number 1. And it's very interesting. What was the talents prediction? Was Kabe the only one who voted for Geek? Who was it? Kabe, right?
It was KB.
Against all the caster predictions.
On point prediction by Mr. KB, the professor. But with that win, Geek Slate will be leading this time around. In the first leg, I believe it was RRQ who won game number 1. Was it? And then it was Geek Slate reverse sweeping. RRQ in the match against Onyx and against Evo's Legends as well. Gani, they were the ones who reverse swept Evos and Onyx. So there's a pattern here. Reverse sweeps, a lot of reverse sweeps happening in Season 11, so don't get too comfortable just yet. Geek Slate will need to utilize the momentum, but they cannot fall into it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see, right? A lot of 2-to-1s results, especially if you take a look at the match history from RRQ earlier. A lot of 2-to-1s. Multiple reverse sweeps as well occurred, but this time, will Geek Slate be able to withstand the pressure? Sometimes Geek Slate, they like to win game 1, but in game 2, game 3, sometimes, and I do mean sometimes.
Alter Ego.
Like Alter Ego, they sometimes lose that momentum. So perhaps it's a reset here, neutralize their vibe and just stay focused in game 2. But take a look at the items here, 20-minute game, but it's almost 43 total kills. That's a lot action-packed, really. Albert collecting 6 kills, but it wasn't enough to close that game. Geek Slate, they were the ones pressured. They were the ones behind on gold. But once Kadira collects his item, Malefic, Wind of Nature, Hunter Strike, BOD has claws. Man, it's hard, so hard to stop this guy. No one can really jump in. Vin is on a Hilda, not a Kufra. No hero, a hero that can't really jump on towards that Beatrix. And this is very hard. Sure, you have that Hayabusa, but sometimes Albert, you look at game 1, he targets a boy more than Kadira. Also, another factor, Kadira positioned himself way back, right? He doesn't really show. So again, no one clear to really target Kadira. So there you go, 10-4-6 for the first game. Very, very clinical. Shows composure as well from the side of Beloyski and friends. Remember, he got one-shotted, but also, I guess, it was also just the patience from the side of Geek Slate was also impeccable. They were waiting patiently. They know when to sacrifice turrets. They know when to sacrifice sometimes neutral objectives as well. It's okay. It's not their time, but when the timing is correct, precise, they pull the trigger. Take a look here at the categories. It's going to be 2-4-2, Rich Guy and Sandbag, forward side of RRQ. But Kadira and a boy will have the carry and the forgotten one, right? The real world manipulation played a huge role in that win as well. And of course, Luke with that Black Dragon form, multiple times soaking the damage, opening fights as well. Very, very crucial in this composition. Why? You can see, very weak backliner. Skylar here, 35% KP. Not a fun time here as a Melissa. And if you take a look at the damage dealt, that's a very close stat there. 275 if you compare it to 60. So it was a very, very close game. But at the end of the day, it was Geek Slate. Why? The minions pushing bot side. It was forceful. Forced RRQ, a member, to clear that bot side, which of course creates a man disadvantage. It's just exploited by the side of Geek Slate. 5v4 then, pull the trigger. RRQ forced on towards a fight. They lose 2 members. It was a domino effect from then and there.
Yeah, but we need to ask the question, right? How did they lose that turret in the bottom side, right? They lost a team fight where you can see here the man you see on screen, the MVP by the Samsung Galaxy A series, played a huge role. Yuzong was the perfect distraction, and Janna was able to pull the trigger with a wild charge as well, and the follow-up was there from the other members from the side of Geek Slate. And this is your MVP by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Well played once again to Luke, man. I mean, in this game, the winning lane actually played a massive part, because even though in the early stage of the game, we saw so much pressure being placed down below, Valoy, massive shout out. Honorable mention for that MVP as well, because he was able to distract. With him getting picked off a few times, he bought enough resources to give Chidera a safer lane. And guess what? Chidera went 0-2-2 in the start, but he was able to farm up every single time. He never really lost that much gold.
A very, very important role, of course. Valoyski here being the brain. Sometimes, yeah, being the brain in that position, and a very good display of comeback there from set of Geek Slate. Luke, though, minute 5 till 10, again, all over the map with that Black Dragon form, able to rotate here. Even here, right, minute number 2, we can see early on already with the fight here. Somehow forced RRQ, though, here, losing. Again here, Bin was a little bit overextending there, punished. But here, minute number 10, it was pretty clumpy, was very scrappy. And at the end of the day, it was actually RRQ here, somehow winning the fight. Skylar, though, taken down. This was where we thought Geek Slate, they were ready to take the momentum, but RRQ, with the combination of that shadow kill and Arlet towards the back, they were able to capitalize on through 4 members there. You can see here, this is the Lord fight where Vin got insta-bursted. After this, it was here that where Albert got the Lord, but actually RQ, they lost the team fight. And of course, triple kill for Kadera. But after that, Geek, they were just unstoppable here again. This was the potentially final push for the side of Geek Slate. Luke again opening the Yuzong there. It's just too much for the side of RQ to handle. Their wave clear, their high ground, it seems like the composition there wasn't too great, right? With Valentina, sure, it can provide clear, but if you compare it to Yves or Farsa, perhaps that should be the adjustment entering game 2.
I think there's also a huge amount of disrespect, honestly, onto Chidera in those final moments. Sure, they were able to shut down Chidera twice, but remember, something like the Beatrix gets that power spike a lot quicker than something like the Melissa. So
seger ya.
Headshot. Chain headshot. Triple kill. Headshot. Chain 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 headshot. Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Headshot. Chain headshot. Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Chain killer. Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Headshot. Chain killer. Chain killer. Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Headshot. Chain 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 killer. Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Headshot. Chain headshot. Headshot. Double kill. Headshot. Chain headshot. Headshot. Chain killer. Shot. Killer. Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Headshot. Double kill. Chain headshot. 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 Headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain headshot. Chain killer. Chain killer. Chain headshot. Triple kill. Headshot. Chain 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 headshot. 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 Chain headshot. Red team win.
Iya, ada klan lama. Ini barak. Berarti denger lah kamu dari kayak sayang. Yang.
Tapi beruntung lah kalau aku tidak pakai headset.
Kena kola aku agak. Masih ngoceh udah itu. Kenapa nggak bisa ditelepon? Nah, aja kita nih teteh Bandung ini. Video call baju baik dap celana.
Bagus kak, ada bercanda.
Ngomong ke ngapa nggak pakai celana aja, nggak apa-apa aja panas. Wah, aja kita. Gila kak.
Oh ya, aku lagi live. Sepeda lah. Efek ujian guys.
Lemaan main 240 Hz ini.
Pedayo yang 75 Hz.
Tai peler kak, tahu tai peler. Mudi kekuatnya, gilo. Kak, gak ada nek.
Woi.
Ada cahaya kak, baru nyampe. Mengasak ya kawan. Masuk dak? Hah?
Plus cok. Tinggal tabrak ya pertama.
Mission success. Okay, let's go.
Maju. Banjir. Hampir.
Hah? Katik dewe aku main. Kak DaNeX masih AFK.